Hey, what it do? Hey, this the show right here is the. You know, I already know what the show is. I usually say it every week, but I don't feel like saying it. But anyway, you know what the show is, motherfucker. Look, I run a little late today, you know. But we're gonna send a code out, and we're gonna get everybody in on the new. You dig it? Shit. Oh. You know what I'm talking about? Huh? You never know what I'm talking about. Over there. We'll send this code out for Mika. I think Mika might be in tonight. So we hold on. We're gonna talk about Mother's Day and Father's Day, and we'll just see how things pan out. I'm gonna send this code to John too. I'll be forgetting every week to run it by him. There's a code for John. And in the meantime, shit, I'm chilling. I got myself some phony Irish whiskey. It's Costco's finest, motherfucker. Shit. I was watching Johnny live. Johnny was going in today. Some chick said that he hate women, and he went hard for about a good 40 minutes. He went hard, Jack, and he didn't tell one lie. But hey, that's the man. He said what he said and he meant it. Shit, matter of fact, I watched that live and he did another one a couple days ago. I watched that one again while I listened to it. But yeah, he went hard, man. Shit, you don't play that bullshit. But I said, man, let me hear what the brother got to say. And he said what he needed to say. Shit. Mika Dean, what's happening? What's going on? And hello to you.
Hello, people.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm feeling under the weather, but I'm here.
Okay. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. A little sick, but I'm here.
Yeah, I just we talked about last week. I just came off of COVID. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I had COVID about 10 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm
Are
doing
you looking? Right. Okay.
Shit, I
Did
hope
you get the worst of it, or you was okay with it?
It wasn't bad. I had like the first day I had a little headache and I had a runny nose, a little cough. That was it. And then it just kind of the cough just stayed around. I still got a little bit of a cough now. But okay. It wasn't bad. Like other people who had worse symptoms than I did, And so I'm just glad wasn't nobody in the hospital or nothing like that. But yeah, I mean, I had it for 10 days, about 10 days. And as of Tuesday last week, I was tested negative. So I was able to go back in the world and go back to work and all that other stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you was all right.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it just, you think it would be gone, but it's still out there.
Yeah, I know. They said that I'll be watching the news and they say the cases keep going up, but they said that it was gonna get they was gonna have a lot more cases due to the weather warming up. A lot of people was gonna stop gathering together.
Yeah, they got all these different fests. Like I play softball, so I'm out there with all those people, and it's just you just have to be mindful of that and just try to be as careful as you can at this stage, because it ain't going nowhere.
No, that's why I take my mask I never took my mask off.
I know that. Shit, ain't nothing.
Yeah, I never took my mask off, and I always keep the hand. I still try to do the basic stuff.
Yeah, that's really the only thing you can do is just you do your social distancing and all that, and
Yeah.
that's all you got to do. I mean, I for one didn't wear a mask, and now I learned that you should probably wear a mask.
Yeah.
So
Just keep them on, especially when you out in the crowds, because everybody everywhere, everybody back out now. The world open back up.
oh yeah, they out there.
So.
How you been though? You ain't yeah. I know you've been a little busy with work. How work been for you?
Man, it's been going good actually. I took up a later shift on Tuesdays because one of my coworkers decided to go to school, so I took up a later shift on Tuesdays, and I just picked up a second job, so
Congratulations.
Thank you. But it's good. It's good. I got a little free time today. I got out of there early.
Okay.
So that was a good thing. But other than that, I just working, taking care of these children. That's it.
I know that. I hear that shit. It was hot as shit today. We was out there, so to get out of there early, like I really just got home about an hour ago.
You dealing with the Amazon packages too? Because I hear they got a shortage on the Amazon workers.
Yeah, everybody's short. Everybody.
I know. My cousin work out the division office on Division in Laverne. She don't get home till after 7 almost every day dealing with them Amazon packages.
But see, that's what it is, because people keep ordering shit online. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna never stop. And don't nobody want to go to work. So the people that's there, they getting hit with a shit ton of work. So it's the same with us. We ain't no different. We short as hell. But you can't force people to come back to work. So
nope, that's the problem.
Yeah. So everybody that is working, they a lot of people is catching hell because everywhere you turn is short staff, no matter what industry it is. They short.
It is, yep.
I was playing softball with guys in Oak Lawn. There was one guy, he ran a car dealership. Another guy, he worked at, I can't even remember what the place was, but every last one of them would say, y'all know anybody looking for work? Y'all know anybody looking for work? No, shit, we trying to get people at our shit. That's the problem.
It's crazy because I know for sure CTA, the post office, and CTA post office, and it's another company, they short. And the police officers, don't nobody want them jobs.
They should take them. Especially now, because I think you don't have to have a degree to be a cop now. They take
No, you don't.
Right. So it's wide open. So people will sit up and say, oh, well, I couldn't get a job because they want 4 years of college. Well, you don't need that no more. Now you could just walk in basically with a high school diploma and be a police officer. Why not?
And be a police officer. Yeah. Right. And they giving up a incentive. They either paying your rent or they either paying your rent or giving you a certain amount down towards a house.
Shit, that's a damn
down payment on the house. Yeah. Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't, me personally, today in this climate, no, I wouldn't want to be a cop.
That's why they trying to sweeten the deal, because literally don't nobody want them jobs. That's why I say them 3 jobs: the post office, CTA, and Chicago police. Don't nobody want them jobs.
Post office used to be the job everybody wanted. What happened?
Don't nobody want that job. They don't want them jobs. It was on the news. Don't nobody want them jobs. Them 3 jobs, they was the most high rankingest jobs at first. Now don't nobody want them.
Well, then we're gonna keep being short, and everything will keep getting delayed, and people gonna complain and all of that because you can't make people go back. So I'm thinking, hopefully, with these new people, these immigrants coming through, I'm hoping some of them will take those jobs to at least help to keep the economy moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we got people from Lithuania that's coming here. We got a lot of Mexicans coming in, back and forth. If those people will come and take the jobs, then that could help things move forward. But if they don't, and they taking, whatever, then shit is still gonna be slow. So
yeah,
that's where we
true.
at. I mean, that just seems
that is so true.
personally, I would have made that a condition. If I was letting all these immigrants come in the country, that would have been the first thing I would have did. I would have got them, I would have gave them citizenship, and I would have had them to, okay, in order to stay here, you have to work at somewhere, and you can go over here, you can get this dough, and then that'll help us because we have more cops, we have more postal workers, more bus drivers. That'll help everything move. But that ain't happening.
Nah,
So,
they looking for people to volunteer. They more so want folks to volunteer to take the job, but they said them three for sure. It's like it's hard, and they keep trying to come up with incentives to get them for people to go for it, but they ain't nobody biting.
that's fucked up. It's
Who
like, well,
else
what
in
do
here?
you?
Just me and you?
Yeah, right now, I mean, I put the code out there. I sent it to
Yeah, I
John.
know. Yeah, Ab say she'll be in a little later. The heat kind
Yeah,
of got her sick.
I understand. I understand. I ain't heard
Yeah.
from Alicia or Will. Will usually stop in late as it is.
Right.
So I don't know. But we do have an interesting topic tonight. And
What's the topic? That's what I was trying to see.
the topic was about, you got Mother's Day and you got Father's Day. What's the difference? You know, that whole deal. Because we just came off the Father's Day. So that's why I kind of wanted to, speak on that. Because it's like, it's Father's Day just don't get, to me, it don't get the type of love that it should get, because it's a whole different thing now. Like, and then we know what Mother's Day is. We know what to expect. We know how that goes. But I think the same thing should go with the fathers. The same thing should go. I mean, fathers important too. And so that's why I kind of wanted to, discuss that and to say, well, why is this happening this way? Why is it like that? Why is it a thing like, the fathers aren't celebrated?
I agree with you. The fathers don't get the respect that Mother's Day get, that the mothers get. But then, the kids more so lean towards the mother. Most kids, a lot of children don't know their father. So that could be one reason, you know what I'm saying? And then if they do know their father, it's like they father come around, but they father not actively in their life. Now, I agree, the ones that's actively in their kids' life, I feel like they should get the same respect. But the ones that I do know that's actively in their kids' life, they do get the same treatment that mom get.
And they should.
I mean, even even growing up, we was watching the Cosby Show. I know you remember the episodes of Father's Day. All Cliff would get is a tie or
some socks,
some lit up socks, something like that. He never would get, and that gift anyway. So it's been like that for a long time. It ain't something that just happened.
Right. And it's like, it's not even, but the mothers get like all type of little shit. I mean, you name it, the mothers is getting it. They getting red carpet treatment, and it's not taking anything away from mothers, but I'm saying that, it took two to make the child. So I mean, but like you just said, they put the stipulation on there that the father wasn't there, and I can kind of see how that people may have animosity about that, but I think
that's the thing. A lot of parents, a lot of the fathers just wasn't there, so it's just not celebrated like the Mother's Day is, because a lot, like I say, people didn't know their parents back then. But even so now,
you can still have a relationship with your kids even though you don't have a relationship with the mother.
Yeah, so, but a lot of the fathers, and even still to this day, if they don't have a relationship with the woman, then they don't have a relationship with the kids. The father tends to more to focus on the household that they're in, and not so much of the outside, the household that's out, the outside household. So even like if you grew up with your father, and then your mother and your father separated, and your father moved in with another woman, and they have kids, the kids that's at the mother house will feel left out because the father normally focus on what's in front of him.
Mhm.
You know, vice versa. The mother, she will still take care of the kids in the house, the kids outside the house, you know, make sure, you know what I'm saying, everybody gets taken care of.
Right.
But the father not. It's like you have to call them, remind them of a lot of stuff. But the kids that's in the household, you know, they there, so they know that it's coming up. And it's nothing not to take away from the father to say that the father is a bad father. It's just that that's just like how it just, I ain't gonna say that's just how it is, but a lot of men are like that. And it's not that they don't love their kids the same. It's just that they tend to just take care or focus on their right now.
Right.
They're, you know what I'm saying, where they at and what they doing in that nation at that moment in time.
Mhm.
More so than you know, try to like fit everybody in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's a difficult task. Say if you got 3 or 4 kids in 3 or 4 different households, you know, that's you know, it's going to take money to take care of these kids, and it's going to take time to build a bond with these kids, with your kids. So it's just, you know, I think it's irresponsible on the part of really both the mother and the father, you know, to have a family spread out like that, because I don't think anybody's thinking about the long-term effect of that. If you got a person, they got one job and you got 4 different households that you're responsible for, how you gonna do this out of one check? You know what I'm saying? And so like what you just said, where they're gonna focus on what's right in front of them. So that means the other 3, they get neglected.
Right.
So, but it's got
Exactly.
everything to do. None of us asked to be here. We was all brought here voluntarily. So we don't have no say on what our parents chose to do, but we do have say on what we choose to do as adults. Whatever,
Exactly.
you
And
know
that's
what I'm
the
saying?
thing.
So right or wrong, you know, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody gonna make the right or best decision at that time, but it's a decision nonetheless. And so, you know,
I mean, yeah, I mean, you can't help, you know what I'm saying? You can't help how your situation turn out. Cause even like, you know, you have a lot of, like I say, people can be together for a long time, all doing while the kids was little,
right.
you know, little bitty kids, and then once they become teenagers or whatever, the household split up or whatever. And sometimes it's the best decision to split up. You know what I'm saying? For both individuals, for the adults in the, you know what I'm saying, the adults in the relationship, because if you stick around with something that's not working for you, all that's gonna do is make you miserable. Then long term, it could trickle down to the kids as well.
Right.
So sometimes the best decision is to split up. It's just that once you split up, you have to learn how to balance your life out, knowing that okay, you still have this life. You might have left the situation, but you still have this life over here. You still have these kids that still have to be taken care of, still need attention.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go over here and you build a family with this, you start another family, you can't just say, okay, well, this is my family right here. No, you still got this family over here too.
Mm-hmm.
So you as an individual have to learn how to balance that out. You got to fit that family in with this family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just can't neglect this family and say, okay, well, I get with that family when I get around to it. No, those kids need just as much as these kids needs over here as well.
Right. And just to
You know?
reiterate, it's not a need. I don't think it's just a money need. It's also a time need. You know,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
They need time. They need not just money, but they need time.
Right.
They need lessons. You know what I'm saying? They need discipline. They need all of that. You know, you can't stop being a father or a mother over here just because you done went over here and started something else. These kids are still in need of nurturing, love, care as well.
Well, then the discipline will probably be an issue, because if, okay, say 2 people don't work out and they go on and both of them meet a new person. And then now this person that's living with them, that's the person the child sees. Well, you got the father over here. Those are his kids. Now, how is he going to come up in that house? It's a whole nother man now. How is he going to come up in that house and discipline those kids? See, it's a domino.
Well, that's where adults got to be adults.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation, that's where adults got to be adults. That's where adults have to stick together and make the best decision for that child.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be no, well, you can't come up in my household and be a man in my household. No, all adults should stick together and say, well, okay, this child is acting out, this child is carrying on, this is what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we're gonna deal with that, this is how we're gonna handle that. It should never be a ego thing or a masculine thing with disciplining the child, because the child should be taught to obey the mother, the father, and the stepfather or the stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
The child, that should be automatically taught, because the child should respect adults, period. Like, if you have a problem with an adult, you don't disrespect the adult, you come tell the parent, you come tell an adult and let the adult know and let the adult deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's the same way as if when you get ready to discipline, everybody should be in agreement. You know what I'm saying? Because the father still got to be a father.
Exactly.
Regardless to if the mama moved on, remarried or whatever, he still has to be a father to his child. And his child still has to respect him and listen to him as well, whether he in the household with them or not. That's still his child. So he still should have to listen to him and do whatever he say do.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother and the male, other male that's in the household, they should go along with that. And it's vice versa. If the father move on and get another wife and the child come over to the house, that lady get them set rules for her house. That child is supposed to respect her household.
Yep.
And that should not be that there shouldn't be a problem at all.
But I think it's a thing where they're not people. Some people are doing it, but there's some people that aren't communicating, and they're not, laying down laws and rules and stuff like that. And then it's a whole big thing of confusion. It's because people are sitting down and saying, hey, look, these are his kids or these are her kids. This is my baby mama or this is my baby daddy, and this is what it's gonna be. Instead it's just a big, it's fucked up.
Yeah, you have a lot of ignorant. You have a lot of ignorant people. Like, the ignorant thing I think out here is for a woman or a male to say, I don't want my child around that individual. I don't have my child around no other man, or don't have my child around no other woman. That's not saying that you caring about your child. That's saying that you're trying to keep tabs or keep a hold on to this individual that clearly no longer wants to be with you.
Right.
That's not something that's for the child, because anybody knows, okay, we're not working out, we break up, you're gonna go get with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna be in this child life, whoever you be with is gonna be in this child life.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if y'all gonna have a relationship and get married or whatever, then this individual is gonna be in this child's life. So that's just something dumb to say anyway. That's a dumb way to think, or for individuals to feel anyway, that I don't want my child around this individual. And like I say, if you teach your child to respect their elders and respect adults, like I say, all adults are not wrong, and some adults do mistreat kids or whatever, but it's not for the kid to fight that battle. That's for you as his parent to fight that battle.
Right. The kids shouldn't be seeing that. They shouldn't even be exposed to that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like, to get back on the topic, that's how it is though. Like, that's the reason why Mother's Day is celebrated, because more people will go out and celebrate their mother before they go out and celebrate their father, because their fathers are not in the household with them. Mm-hmm. Their fathers are not there.
Well, I can't, like I said, I'm not a father, but I can't, at the same time, I can't leave the fathers and say that they're victims completely, because you do know that if you have an unprotected sex, then you know that there's a possibility that the woman you're having sex with could come up pregnant. So that's just the reality of it. Okay, so you could want to have the fun and all that, but when a kid pops up, as an adult, as a man, you should feel some sense of obligation to that kid, to your kid. You should feel that because that's yours. No different than anything else, even if you're not on terms with the woman and y'all, like I say, y'all ain't together, you should feel a sense of obligation. You should want to work something out. I'm not saying that they're not trying, but I don't think it's a coincidence that a lot of mothers don't have the child's father in the home. So it takes two. So it's two sides to that coin. You can sit up there, you can say, well, she did it, da, da, da. But you as a man, you do have some say-so. And
yeah, you have men have all the rights. The thing that I come across with a lot of guys is when they face that challenge of, well, she won't let me see my kid, or she telling my kids bad things about me, she talking against me about my kids. The first thing I ask them is, well, what have you done to prove her wrong? Like, have you tried to go to court and get custody?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to involve the courts in my business. That's your problem. You don't want to involve the right authority in your business because you really don't want the responsibility. Because if you did want the responsibility, you would do what it takes to make sure that you in your child's life.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody knows that the mother is automatically the custodian parent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what happens unless the court say otherwise. The mother is automatically the custodian parent.
That's right.
So if she's not letting you see your child, or she's talking bad against you to your child or whatever, take her to court. Get your parents. Like, fathers have rights. Like I tell the men in my family all the time, fathers have rights, and y'all are just as important as we are. Y'all role are just as equal as our role is. Y'all equal to us. Y'all are the parents. Stand up and be a parent. Don't just let nobody tell you how to parent. You're
right.
the child's father. You want to be in your child's life? Do what you got to do. Take her up to court. Get your visitation rights.
Mm-hmm.
Get custody. Even if you take them on 6 months, they take them on 6 months. However you do it, but make sure that you are actively in your child's life. But see, they would rather sit around and complain about child support coming out their check than to go do what they got to do to be a part of their kid's life.
Well, see, that's the thing, is you had an option prior to make that happen, to work something out with that woman.
Yeah.
So if it had to get down to a point where she got to go get the courts involved to force you to put some money on your child, then as far as I'm concerned, you dropped the ball somewhere, because that could have been worked.
But then you do got some. But then you do got some dirty women out here too, man.
Sure.
You do got some women out here that a man could be doing everything that he can, being in his child life, being actively into his child's life, coming to get his child, taking his child shopping, giving his child money, and they still will get greedy and put him on child support.
Why
And
you
then
think
you
that
got
is?
some women will even go thus far and try to stop the man from seeing the child. Because a lot of times it's bitterness. They're bitter because a lot of women use the child as bait.
Yeah.
They use the child as, as to get back. They not over the man. They don't want the man to move on. So they try to play the child card with them. Mm-hmm. They see that, okay, they still trying to be actively in their life. They still doing what they supposed to do. But just because they don't want to be with them, then they go and pull this stuff. To me, I believe that's the majority of the case that men face that problem right there.
But you think it's just
because the woman still want to be with them,
and that's what it is. They're just so possessive that and that's kind of foul. So you're making y'all's child suffer because you and the man, or the man doesn't.
Because you can't have that man. Exactly.
then grow up and move forward. I mean, it's a million different men out here, you know. I mean, you know, the reality is everybody that meet ain't gonna stay together. You know,
Yeah,
it
they're
sucks that,
not.
you know, to have a kid involved in the middle of that, but ain't nobody got no crystal ball could look into the future and see anything. You know, it's a day by day thing. Don't nobody know what the future gonna hold. You know, I mean, people get divorced, people get married, people have
Yeah,
kids. You know, all type of shit happens. But you know,
yeah,
because this shit didn't go your way, it don't mean that you have to, you know, spew venom to the child about the child's father, especially considering if you have a father there that's doing his part. In all fairness, you know, you shouldn't interfere. But I think a lot of chicks is they so jealous hearted and they're so petty and childish that they want all the attention for themselves, and that's a hindrance because that child is gonna go without. You as an adult female, you can get up and get out and go and make resources. This kid only gets what you give him. You know what I'm saying? And so in all
that's
fairness,
true.
I think that that's just, you know, it's unnecessary and it really messes up the home and it makes more of a sort of ill feeling towards black men in particular because if this kid grows up thinking the mother's telling him his daddy ain't shit and he ain't this, he didn't do that, well, that kid's gonna have a sort of thing in his head about black men, and one day he's gonna grow up to be a black man. And it's the same thing with the
Yeah,
girl.
but see, that's what I say too. And then too with the father, was the same thing with the fathers though. Like you have fathers where even though they putting that in their head, in their child's head, but if this child don't see you trying to fight for this child, trying to fight to be into his life, his or her life, or they don't see you, you only come around, you know what I'm saying, every so often or whatever,
Right.
they're gonna believe that because once a child gets a certain age, perfectly like once they get in high school, they start recognizing the truth from the lie.
Oh yeah.
So the mother can only tell this lie to this child for so long. But if this father is showing this child that he's trying and that he's doing everything that he can to be in his child's life, I don't care what the mother say about him. The
Mhm.
child gonna see that.
Exactly.
And even like when the child get older, even if the father want to say, well, you know what, I deal with that when he come around me. He older. When he get older, she come older. She come around me. If they come around you and you don't show them, you know what I'm saying, no love or whatever, or if you know what I'm saying, they see it, they can tell the difference. They can know when a parent really wants to be in their life, when a parent didn't want to be in their life.
Oh yeah.
The kids can know the difference. They can feel it.
And they're not dumb. They're not dumb. And some of them don't even have to wait till high school to start picking up on shit. It's
Exactly.
you know, you can feel when somebody loves you, when somebody cares
Exactly.
about you, you know, even if it's a stranger on the street, if you're around that person enough, you kind of feel it and you grow to trust them. You grow to love them back, and it's a mutual thing. But if it's just somebody that that you see every blue moon, you're not going to really build a bond with them. But one thing you can do is try to set a good impression on that child to let them know, to let the child know that you're not trying to, you know, treat them wrong or treat them bad. You're just trying to have their back and love them and things like that. And kids, after a while, they pick up on that and they gravitate to that, you know.
Yeah.
But what's
Yeah,
really
that's why I
fucked
say
up,
that lot of it ain't gonna stand out. But a lot of men literally would just walk away. Like I ain't finna deal with that. And it like it don't do nothing but hurt the child though. It doesn't hurt the parent, the other parent. It just hurts the child.
right? And I feel like, you know, if she was good enough to lay down with, she had to mean something to you at some point in time. And don't act like because she got pregnant that you didn't see none of these signs prior to. I mean, everybody ain't for everybody. There's some crazy motherfuckers out here, male and female. But 10 to 1, you know, there were some signs there at that time. Now, once you've seen the signs, then it's your decision. Okay, well, I'm gonna lay down with it, or I'm not gonna do it, or whatever. It's up to you.
It's enough. It's enough birth control out here, even if you don't see the signs. It's enough prevention out here to not get pregnant, to not get a person or female pregnant, and it's enough prevention out here for a female to not get pregnant too.
But what
So
good?
it's like if you make the careless idea to sleep with this person unprotectedly and get pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
then you should make the careless idea to want to take care of the child, both parents.
I agree, because clearly people ain't using birth control. People ain't responsible enough to do the upkeep there. And so this is what it is. It's out here reckless. See what I'm saying? So, you know, motherfuckers ain't even, to me, doing that shit right. Because if you just out here on some whatever shit, you having fun, then yeah, as a man, you know what? You should do what you need to do. You should keep condoms with you. You should, right off the top. As a woman, y'all do whatever y'all do. I'm not a woman. I can't speak on that. But I'm certain there's shit out there that women could use.
It's so much birth control out here that when we was children and when we was in high school growing up, we didn't have a lot of options as birth control.
Right.
And even thus far, we didn't have the privacy rights on our side neither. I think the privacy rights didn't really go into full effect until we was like juniors or seniors in high school, somewhere along that route. But they have everything now. It's everything out here now. The privacy rights, they even I was even watching the news and they said a female as young as 11, 12 years old now can go to the doctor by herself and get birth control, or you know what I'm saying, can sign with a doctor about sexual activities or anything. So it's enough stuff out here, and damn near every commercial on TV is some type of form of birth control. I don't trust it all personally, but
how's that?
Well, I don't trust all this new stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's fly by night medicine.
Okay.
To me. It's fly by night medicine, and it can cause more harm than health anyway. The side effects on it. At the end, the very last one, it's a gang of side effects, and if you got this going on, consult with your doctor and this and that. So it causes more harm than anything to me.
Okay.
So a lot of it, I wouldn't trust it. But at the end of the day, like I say, it's enough birth control out here. And you can always, like I say, as young as 11 years old now, can go to the doctor, whether it's a clinic in a school or the doctor's office up the street, and let them know, hey, I'm sexually active. I need some birth control, and the doctor's going to give it to us.
And you know
they
what?
Don't have to consult their parents or anything.
Well, then that's cool, because then that will give them the option if it's something that they, I mean, I don't agree with them hiding shit, but at the same time, if you know you're doing something, first off, you shouldn't be doing something that you know that you're ashamed of doing. You shouldn't be doing it, but shit happens. Okay, fine. So then now you ain't got to go and get with your mother and maybe have a baby that you really don't want or not prepared to take care of, especially at that age. You know, okay, then yeah, you can go up in there, but you have to take that initiative to go in there and get that protection. And that's going to take a level of maturity from you as an individual, because it ain't going to go away. You know, it ain't going to go away because you wish it away. You're going to have to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, but the parents need to, parents need to also have that open door policy though. I don't care if your child, like whenever your child presented to you, speak on it. Don't scare your child off. Don't send your child away. Whatever age they bring it to you, speak on it. Because it's kids as young as 4 or 5 years old can tell you about, you know what I'm saying, sex. So whenever they present it to you, speak on it. Don't sit there and say, wait till they get a certain age, or I tell you when you get older. No, because what you don't tell them then, they're gonna find out because their minds are curious. And with this internet stuff here, I mean, they can find anything. So it's better that you tell them and you give them the open door policy so that they can come to you and talk to you when they feel like that they're ready to go that route. That way you don't have to worry about them going to the doctor.
I agree.
Because with this privacy act here for like an 11, like I say, young girl's 11 years old. That 11-year-old don't know her health condition. Mm-hmm. She don't know the health history and the history of health in her family.
Yeah, what's good? I see Eb done popped up in here.
What's good, y'all? I'm sorry I was late. That damn heat fucked me up.
Well, I understand. I totally understand. You doing okay over there?
Man, I'm trying. I had to, man, I don't even know, and I ain't even high.
Well, I mean, hey, maybe you gotta take a little quick break from it and to get your system back up.
No, it's this heat. You know what? And it's like I need to go put the Freon back in my truck, or my daughter's truck.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm riding around. It's 98 degrees and ain't no air conditioning.
Oh no!
And I still have to walk from my job to the parking lot, even though it's not as far as it was. But damn.
But it's hot out.
I wilted like a damn piece of fucking lettuce out there.
I understand. It was a rough one today. It was a rough one for real. You've been drinking water? You've been hydrating or what?
Yeah, I've been drinking water. I didn't eat.
That's not good.
No, it's not good because it's like, man, I'm just out of it.
I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just need some rest. Just get you a fresh start, recharge your batteries. I totally understand.
Yeah,
totally understand.
Where everybody at?
In that heat since
I don't
6
know.
this morning.
I mean, Mika popped in. Mika hadn't been here in a little while.
I know. I'm glad to see you, Mika.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you, Em. Yeah, I told Kanata I had a little got out a little early today.
I think I was by your house today. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly where you stay. I just know the area where you stay because I was going down Roosevelt.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm right off of Roosevelt. Actually on Sacramento. I'm like under the